Okay, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, a couple things. I'm going to try to stay focused. If you are part of our national audience or out of the North Georgia area, please stay tuned because I think this is something you're going to want to watch. Pay attention to this report because it's probably something you're going to want to identify maybe in your own county, in your own state. Now, first of all, this right here is the Constitution. That's my pocket Constitution. And this is my red book. What this red book is let me just pull this off here, okay? That's called the red book. And what this red book is this is called the Citizen's Guide to Open Government, the Georgia Sunshine Laws. Nice little book you keep with you. As you can see, it's pretty worn out. I've had to open it several times. I can't quote it, but I almost can quote this. I can almost quote this. You're going to hear what I tell the county attorney in Fannin County, Lynn Doss, and the Commission Chair, Stan Helton. I can almost quote this book. And so first of all, last night, Fannin County Board of Commissioners held their monthly meeting. They do not have a clerk, a county clerk, because they terminated Rita Kirby Davis, which, you know, they were legally able to do that. So they've terminated her. They do not have a clerk for this meeting. So there's going to be a couple things I want you to watch in this video. It's a couple minutes long. First of all, I want you to pay attention to the appointment of a clerk very closely. I'm going to explain what that means to me legally, okay? And then I want you to listen to what they approve and listen to your host. You're going to hear a voice. That's your host here, BKP, what I asked the chairman. So let's play this first one, okay? And Cole, you got it ready?
Yeah.
All right, go with it.
I'm going to back up. I jumped ahead one step. We have to have a motion to appoint for this meeting Ms. Doss as the county clerk. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Second.
County clerk?
For this meeting, yes, sir.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, raise your hand, please. Motion carries. Now we'll read. Next item of business, approve the invoices over $4,500. Any comments, anything on that, gentlemen? Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Yes, sir.
Not to interrupt, my sincere apology, but in the future, could we, at least the media, get a copy of what you approve in that stack? Or maybe even put a copy out for the citizens to review? And can I get a copy of what you approved tonight there, as far as those invoices over for? Can I get a copy of what you just approved?
I'm not going to answer that right now without consulting our county clerk, please. We'll be glad to discuss it with you after the meeting.
Yes, sir. I apologize for interrupting.
Okay, a couple things there. First of all, let me just tell you, from left to right, that is Post Commissioner Earl Johnson. In the center is that I'm talking to is Stan Helton. He is the Commission Chair, the new Commission Chair, took over in January. Next to him is Larry Joe Sosby, and next to Larry Joe Sosby is the County Attorney Lynn Doss, but is also now the County Clerk. Well, he said for this meeting, but I will tell you, we did not show you this, but at the end of the meeting, nobody voted to remove her. So this morning in Fannin County, I don't know who the acting county clerk is. Now, my concern is, number one, the county clerk is responsible for open records, and I'm concerned about open records being preserved. Now, before I go any further, you notice they appointed her county clerk. That gives her another, not just the county attorney, that gives her another legal obligation in this meeting. Second, I want you to take notice, they approve, okay? They approve all checks. It has to be. The Fannin County Charter says that they have to, the spending level for the chairman is $4,500. Anything over $4,500, okay? Anything over $4,500 has to come up there for approval by the commissioners, okay? So, now once a check is approved, it's a public document. No matter who you write the check to, it's a public document. I mean, you can see it, it's your money. Now, another thing I want to clear up, because this is what, when you try to wonder what side I'm on and what I'm looking at, those chairs those people sit in there are yours. And they're to do the business of the citizens, period. Good stewards of your money do the business of the citizens, period. Now, you always need to respect these offices and respect the people when you ask questions. I apologize for interrupting and, thank him for his time, okay? But at the same time, you have the right to look at those documents. They just brought them. Another thing I want to let you know is when they gavel in a meeting, when you go to a meeting, when they gavel it in and there's a quorum like this, it's now a legal meeting. So from here to here, okay, opening to close, this is a legal meeting with legal minutes. The whole thing is legal. It gets recorded in the minutes and put on file for the citizens. The next meeting, they legally have to approve the minutes. So there's another thing here. If you notice, I asked this question during the meeting. During the legal meeting, I asked this question. So this is a little different than just asking out in the hallway or going down to the office and say, can I see this? I asked during a legal recorded meeting. Now, if you notice, the chairman says, I'm going to defer to the clerk. I'm not for sure you can see these. Now, I'm not going to say it's on video because some of these are not his quotes, but he's looking at me like, I'm not for sure you can see these. Well, wait a minute. You brought them into a public meeting, you approved them, and you're telling me I can't see them? So he doesn't say that as of yet, okay? Now, moving right along here, I want to see these documents. Anything over $4,500 I want to look at. I want to look at what they agreed to pay. If you notice, it didn't take the post commissioners very long to say, okay, I don't know that they've seen the documents. I don't know when they see the documents. I'm not getting into that. But they have to be approved. The documents are present. That's another thing I want to clear up. Now, the county attorney, I am concerned for the citizens of Fannin County that the county attorney gets around $5,800 a month, no questions asked. It doesn't know the answer to an open records request. Now, I do know she was county attorney for 8 years, okay? I do know she was county attorney for 8 years while Chairman Bill Simons was there. I do know she was county attorney with Dr. Vollrath. I know she's been county attorney. I'm going to say off the top of my head, give or take, 20 years now, county attorney? And I think one time that there was an attempt. What does this woman know? Because I'm going to tell you something. As county attorney, I'm not for sure what she does. Now, she may be very upset saying, how dare you say you don't know what I do? I don't, because your bill's not itemized. It just says $5,800. County attorney takes 12 pieces of paper, says date, vendor number, $5,800, and says, hey, every month, pull this out, attach my check to it. Send me a check for $5,800. So I don't know what she does, because not all the time, but every time you ask her a question, whether it's about wages, look at the lawsuit that the chairman and the post commissioners went through over a year ago. The county attorney has to refer out. Anytime you ask a question, the county attorney refers out to a wage and salary attorney, a specialist. Well, what do you advise the county who do you represent? I don't know. I don't have the bill. Now, moving right along, my concern for $5,800 a year, that your host knows this, the chairman does not, but I want you to see the kind of advice the chairman will be getting from this individual. Now, the next two videos, you're going to have to stay with them because I don't have the camera up here. I just got it around my neck. It's shaking around. Accidentally, I start the camera. It's there for like 15 seconds, and I accidentally hit the off. I had to hit it back on. I'll explain it to you. So, let me tell you two things before we go to the next video. And let me say this, okay? The next video before we go there. The Georgia Open Records, okay? All public records. This is the law, 50-18-71 after 20-some years. The one time somebody tried to fire this lady, she mounted a recall against the chairman to have the chairman recalled for dismissing her. I mean, I do not know what this lady knows, that no matter what level of incompetent advice she gives the chairman, because you're going to see last night's advice. And I sent a message asking for records to be preserved because I'm concerned. Okay? All public records, this is the Georgia law, all public records shall be open for personal inspection and copying, except those which by order of the court of the state or law are specifically exempt from disclosure. Meaning all of them are there. So the checks are not exempt from disclosure. They're checks, they're brought into a legal meeting, the citizens are sitting out there, and they said, okay, they approved $4,500, they're there. All public records shall be there for inspection and copy. Now you're going to see in the next video, the records are right in front of me. He could have said, hey, look at them right here, flip through them and go, because that's legal. Okay. Records shall be maintained by agencies, blah, blah, blah. Now, agencies shall produce for inspection all records responsive to a request within a reasonable amount of time, not to exceed 3 business days of receipt for request. The reason it's not to exceed 3 days, okay, the reason it's not to exceed 3 days, all right, is because you may have to look for them. You may have to call the county attorney and say, can this information be released? It has this on it, has that on it. You may have to go in the archives. You may have to run a report, whatever. So they give you, like, you can't go up there as a citizen and just say, boom, I want to see this in like 2 seconds. If it's available, you can. Absolutely, if it's available. It was available. The request, here's another thing, you're going to see in the next video, a request made pursuant to this article may be made to the custodian of public records, which last night became the chairman. You can't get any further custodian of public records than the chairman and the clerk. You've seen it, they voted her in. So has to go to the custodian of public record orally or in writing. Orally or in writing. Okay? You can orally ask. Now, I put 99% of all of my open records requests in a written form. But when I do an oral open records request, what you heard on the video was an open records request. It was in a public meeting, a legal public meeting, to the chairman, the clerk, and the commissioners for documents to review that were on the table. Let's go to the next video. Now, you're going to have to stay with these next two. Hold on, Cole. I got to get these up myself. So don't jump the gun there, Heiss. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out by your first name. Now this first one, hold on there, Cole. I'm going to get it.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Got it. Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, let's go to the first one and then back to me, and then we'll go to the next one and I'll explain this one. First of all, what you're getting ready to see, because you're not going to understand, the meeting is over. I'm walking up to talk to the chairman. I accidentally turned the camera off, but you're going to hear a clip of me asking and what he says to me, and I'll explain that, and then we'll go to this one, Cole.
Thank you, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Can I get a copy of what you approved?
Brian, I think where I'm at on that.
Okay, can I get a copy of what you approved? What you see in the video, the documents are in front of him. They don't have to go downstairs. They don't have to hunt them. They don't have to go through a file. The open records law says if they're available for inspection, at any time you can go up to the courthouse and say, I want to look at these records, if they're available for inspection. They were available for inspection. Now here's the interesting thing. In the next one, you're going to hear my exchange. Now you're not going to see a lot, okay? You're going to hear my exchange with, okay? You're going to hear my exchange with the county attorney and the chairman, and then I will explain when we're over. And you listen for the county attorney. I want you to listen to this video real close, and I want you to listen for the county attorney, 20 years, says, I got her on something. Well, you got me on that one. Look, take the day off for $58 and read this damn book after 20 years. So when somebody comes to you and asks you a question as simple as I did last night with records I like, why the hell couldn't I see the checks? What was in the damn stack? All right, let's play this one. Calm down over there, Heist. Play this one for me. Listen close, folks.
It's not turning anything loose, sir.
It is, and I'm not going to do it without going through the right channel.
But if you sign a check and pay somebody, that's a public record, period. Whether it's tonight, tomorrow.
It may be, but it's
not
still going
me.
to have to be a request, Brian. I'm not just.
I made a request.
Well, fine.
I did. That's an open records request. Verbal, it's in the book. If you want to pull up the book, we'll pull up the book. Verbal is a request. I mean,
I'm not arguing that point with you. I'm just saying,
Have we always
be
done
very
that?
careful about
What?
releasing.
Has everybody always got copies of checks?
well,
I don't think so. I think when Bill Simon was here, everybody let him away with murder. That's why
no,
we're at.
I understand that.
Everybody let Bill Simon away with murder. Now, whatever's going on is going on.
No, I just want to see them. I've asked before.
Brian wants to see the checks we signed. I'm saying that if he wants something specific, give me guidance here.
Well, and he literally just made it in writing, but now the problem is then somebody needs to reduce that to writing so that we can make sure we get him what he needs, and then within those.
No, ma'am. This is a recorded legal meeting. And according to the Georgia Sunshine Law, a verbal request is considered an open records request. So this was a legal gaveled in meeting under the Sunshine Law. I made an open records request within the meeting.
Yes.
Also, you approved checks, and once you check, you brought this into a legal meeting.
And all I was saying to our chairman was that you having made that legal request, somebody on this side of the table needs to write it down so they get downstairs and get you back what you need.
Oh, okay, well, I
Doesn't
mean,
mean that you had to write it down.
okay, my apology for the misunderstanding.
What it is you're requesting so that.
I was just requesting to see what you approved.
Get you what it back to you, that which you have requested. And as I understood, you were requesting copies of.
No, I just wanted to see what you approved tonight.
And you requested copies of.
Right,
What
you
they've approved tonight.
approve anything over $4,500 at this meeting. When you
not
bring.
regular housekeeping.
Right, when you, well, I understand, okay. But when you bring that to the public and bring it to the meeting and approve it, the public has the right to review the documents.
And we'll get them to you.
And I can't review them now or get a copy now.
As I
just wanna-
understand open records, they've got 3 business days to comply and get you the documents that you're requesting.
Ma'am, this is really not an open records. You brought the documents into a public meeting to approve, so it's really not an open records. It's a review by the public at any time. An open record, I could come in at any time. You have 72 hours to fill mine, but I could come in at any time and request to review documents, and you and I both know that. So I could say, like there, 72 hours is based on a written request.
You know, Brian, you got me on that one because I've never had
Well,
anybody come in and ask me, do they want something?
All right.
immediately, but I can check on that.
It's not immediate. You brought it in a public meeting. That's not immediate. You brought it in a public meeting, so that's all I'm saying. So, all right. And I did, for the record, for Mr. Johnson, I did used to request them from the other chairman, so that's nothing new.
Folks, the documents are laying right there. $5,800 a month times 12, $5,800 a month. And this person, after 20 years, did not understand that I had a right to look at those checks laying right there. Did not understand I had a right to look at those checks laying right there. $5,800 a month. And as you heard, I'm asking for them. I just want to see them. It's an illegal meeting. You brought them up there, you approved them. I want to see them. Now, I don't get to look at them. So I sent the county attorney last night a message and the chairman together at the same time a message kindly quoting two statements out of the law saying, hey, and I asked the county chairman to preserve the documents. I have to tell you the truth. I mean, I am caught off guard. I have no agenda. It's the citizens of Fannin County. There is, let me just say this. I'm going to go, I'm not going to pull the other county up because it may not, well, I am going to pull the other county up. Let's stay here just for a minute, okay? Now, the majority of the counties, I can't say I know everyone because somebody will take me to task and find one, but the majority of the counties, okay, the very first business meeting of the year, okay, very first business meeting of the year, I'm going to go into legal notices. Let me give the upside while I'm looking at this. I do want to say to the chairman, Stan Helton, thank you for sending the agenda over for us to review in advance and post on the website for the citizens. So I'll make sure that's positive. Now, there's another meeting here, and I'm going through the agenda, and it will take place tomorrow night. And I will video that tomorrow night and show it to you. But this agenda here, let's see. Number 11, action on resolution. This is number 11. The majority of the counties in the state of Georgia, I'm not saying all, this is a formality at the beginning of the year so that they have a contract in place and they legally tell the state, see, your county clerk is your legislative liaison to the state, okay? And then the state also has to know that you have proper representation from an attorney, the county's supposed to. Number 11 in this meeting agenda for tomorrow night in another county, number 11, resolution to appoint the county clerk for 2017. Formality, same person gets it, they have the job, but they do a resolution to do that. Number 12, this is the damnedest thing. It's called the citizens' money, so number 12 is resolution to appoint a county attorney for 2017. So they bring that is going to be an action item, they're going to have a resolution, they're going to vote, and they're going to put the same county attorney back in as last year, but it's going to be done in public. We do not know, I do not know to this day, who came up with $5,800 a month for the county attorney. I do not know that. I do not know what her contract is. I've never seen it. And I do not know why she is able to get a check without having to itemize when you and I would not. I looked at somebody the other day and said, hey, if you took $5,000 to an attorney and you said, hey, represent me, and the next month they said, I need another $5,000. You say, well, what'd you do with the first $5,000? Well, I represented you. That's all you need to know. Give me another $5,000. Your money, you would not be happy. Well, it's the citizens' money. So it's not anything other than, it's very concerning to me that the records at Fannin County Courthouse this morning are under the direction of County Attorney Lynn Doss that doesn't even know. See, my opinion is she knew these rules. That's my opinion. She knew these rules last night. So when she says, I got her on something after 20 years, read it. If the records are laying right there and they're public, there's no reason you can't see them. I'm your host, BKP. I can't go any further on that today. It's just very disappointing. Very disappointing. And I've asked to have the records preserved, and I've also asked, because I got to go to Young Harris when I get done here today, to stop by and actually review the 4,500. And I'm saying I want exactly the same documents that were laying on that counter that I have video of that they approved over 4,500. I just want to brief through them. What's the big deal? You say, well, why the hell do you want to see them? Just because. If you're a citizen, it can be just because you want to see them, period. There's no other reason. I don't have to answer a question just because I want to see them. I'm your host, BKP. Take us a break. I'll be right back, obviously.